We got Virgil Ortiz getting in the ring this weekend with Erickson Lubin. The card from the bottom up. Shout out to Eric Priest. He's making his next. He's gonna have his next match. I'm gonna pull up his box rec real quick. I like Eric Priest. I felt like his last fight going into the ring, I actually thought it was a fight that he might drop. And it was Luis Aries. And he got out to a quick start against Luis. I think he ended up hurting Luis at least once. And then the fight ended up going the way that it went. But he showed a lot to me. He showed heart. He showed patience. He showed maturity and things like that. Quick shout out to him in this fight against I'm not going to take a shot at that first name, but the last name is Correa. Amari Jones making having his next fight. I believe Amari is now 4-0. He might be 5-0 now. See if I can pull it up real quick. You guys know that I'm big on the Olympians. I'm big on that experience. I'm big on what those guys have what those guys are capable of.
Got 14-0 for Amari.
He's 14-0 already?
Yep, 14-2 for Shady.
Amari is 14-0, getting in the ring with 14-2 already, and that's beautiful. My first year as a pro, I had 11 fights, and this is a different Amari Jones. That's why this isn't the Olympian Amari. This is the Amari Jones that's actually here in Las Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, Amari is connected to Devin Haney or Bill Haney. I do believe that is the case. I have seen Amari Jones fight long. I think he's 6 foot for his and tall and long for the weight class that he fights in. And he's getting in the ring with 14-2. So they're stepping him up. We got Joshua Edwards, another Olympian, getting in the ring with Zeno Varese. That's the undercard. The undercard will be on the DAZN YouTube. We got Darius Fulgham making his first fight back since dropping one a couple of months ago. Getting in the ring with David Stevens. This should be a really good fight. And then, of course, we got Virgil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. I hate that I have to break this down by myself. I hate that I have to break this down by my damn self. Erickson Lubin. A guy who, I'm not going to go through it all, but when he turned pro with a name. And I think where Virgil Ortiz is at right now is where everybody expected Erickson Lubin to be. Of course, we know about the stoppage he had against the Charlo brother. A couple of other fights. The Fundora fight, we know how that one went. When I see guys get hit like that, when I see guys get put down, and again, remember that every knockdown, every moment where you get hit like that, it's a concussion. And it's like I've given you guys that analogy of the car so many times. How many times can a car get into a car crash and still move the way that it used to move? Erickson Lubin, to me, has become the exception to an ideology that I have, where he's able to perform and move past everything that he's been through. He's been sharper than I expect him to be. I did think that he lost the fight against Jesus Ramos, but outside of that fight, the dude has been on point. And there's nothing that really jumps off of the screen that tells you this is how he's going to beat Virgil Ortiz. But we know he's a good boxer, and we know the hammer. We know that he's got power. We know that he's not afraid to make the adjustments needed to fight the fight, to win whatever match that he's in. Those are the attributes I like about Erickson Lubin, but I cannot say Erickson Lubin is going to beat Virgil Ortiz. Virgil, younger, fresher, very tenacious in the ring. That is one thing that I think Lubin is going to really challenge. We're going to see how well Virgil Ortiz can maneuver and move, cut off the ring and things of that nature. I don't think Erickson Lubin, in order to win this fight, he's got to move. I bet a lot of y'all think that, but that ain't the case. It's never the case with any fighter where you have another fighter that's aggressive, and the only way that you can beat that guy is by moving and outboxing him. I think Erickson Lubin, I'm probably not wrong. Their game plan is to start the fight by boxing. Their game plan might even be to start the fight by getting that respect. They're going to do one or two things. They're either going to try to get that respect, or they're going to try to confuse him with the movement, and then find moments to sit down, start exchanges, finish exchanges. But all that said, Virgil Ortiz, very explosive. Virgil Ortiz punches with power with every single punch that he throws, whether it's the jab, whether it's the hook, the body shots, the list goes on. If there was a meter showing the punches that Virgil Ortiz was throwing, the power beat would be all the way up. Every single punch this kid throws has power. And that's an adjustment that I've been waiting to see from Virgil is, can you reduce the power, punch with more speed to set up the power? But yeah, all that being said, I just think that Virgil Ortiz is the guy who is tenacious, aggressive, not willing to back down, still young enough to be dumb enough. And what I mean by that in a very respectful way is he's going to just keep going at it. He's not going to, he doesn't have the, or at least I don't think that he does, have the kind of style to take a step back and be a counter puncher. Take a step back and, step over and try to line up a different angle and things like that. He's the kind of guy that, like I said, dumb enough to just keep doing it until it works for him. And we've seen that happen so many times that it's really hard to bet against, especially when we've seen Erickson Lubin go down. We've seen Erickson Lubin get hurt. We've seen Erickson Lubin even stopped. So, I hope I did that breakdown justice. I think that Virgil Ortiz beats Erickson Lubin. If you guys don't know me well enough by now, you should know that I always root for the underdog. Yes, I am rooting for Erickson Lubin. Before I'm rooting for Erickson Lubin to win, I'm rooting for a great fight. And who do I think has it in their hands to make this a great fight? I think it's Erickson Lubin, because when you got one fighter that's used to getting their way, is aggressive, and this is how I'm going to get it done, when you present obstacles and you make it hard for him, a lot of times when you're like an Erickson Lubin who can do that in a way and be effective doing it, it makes the fight that much better. So I'm rooting for Erickson Lubin. I'd like to see him win. I'd like to see him show himself and become everything that everyone thought he was going to be. I don't think that's the case. But honestly, no. Hope that I'm wrong. That is Saturday on DAZN. And again, you got some prelims on the undercard that are going to happen on the DAZN YouTube network or YouTube channel.